What's your name?
John.
You got any ID on you, mate? I'm looking for someone who's just stabbed someone. I need to see your name. Say something else, Scott. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, what?
Put your hands behind your back now.
Oh, what?
Listen.
A teenager who stabbed a 15-year-old schoolgirl, Elianne Andam, to death after a row over a teddy bear has today been found guilty of a murder. Hassan Sentamu, who's 18, flew into a fit of hot anger and stabbed Elianne in the neck with a kitchen knife outside the Whitgift Centre in Croydon in South London on September the 27th, 2023. The fatal attack took place after Sentamu planned to meet up with his ex-girlfriend, who he had split up with about 10 days before, and her group of friends, which included the victim. Rather than returning a teddy bear as part of a pre-arranged agreement, a belonging swap, he chased down and stabbed Elianne 4 times, having lost his temper at perceived disrespect. The trial heard how Sentamu's ex had kept her side of the bargain by bringing a plastic bag of his belongings, but when he turned up without the teddy bear, Elianne showed loyalty to a friend by nicking the bag and running away. It was a move that would ultimately cost Elianne her life. Moments later, she was chased down by the furious older boy who stabbed her repeatedly before plunging the knife 12 centimeters into her neck and severing her artery. The defendant, who declined to give evidence, admitted manslaughter but denied murder and having an article with a blade or point in a public place. He claimed autism spectrum disorder caused him to lose control during the pre-arranged meeting with his ex and her friends, but a jury did not accept his defense and today found Sentamu guilty of murder at the Old Bailey. Speaking outside court after the verdicts, Elianne's heartbroken father said her death had left a void in their life that never be filled. Family members of Elianne gasped and sobbed thank you as the jury formed and read the guilty verdicts today. Members of the family hugged each other as they left the courtroom. Sentamu was found guilty of the schoolgirl's murder by a majority of 10-2. Elianne's aunt burst into tears and said, Elianne, may you rest in peace, as relatives led her from the court. Sentamu was wearing a white shirt with rosary beads around his neck and a white bandage over his right hand, clutched a green stress ball as the verdicts were read. He bowed his head and wiped his eyes after he started crying as members of the public shouted, murderer, at the dock. A man also shouted down from the public gallery, don't worry, this ain't the full verdict. Flanked by 3 officers, Sentamu stood gripping the dock with his head bowed and refused to sit down after hearing the verdicts. He leaned against the front of the dock, crying and wiping his eyes as Mr. Justice Chima Grubb thanked and discharged the jurors. Adjourning sentences until March the 13th for reports, the senior judge told the teenager, I understand you must be very shocked and take time to get used to what has just happened. 3 dock officers supported the clearly distressed defendant as he was led down to the cells. Speaking outside court after the verdict, Elianne's father said her death has left a void in our lives that can never be filled. He added, we will continue to fight against the violence that took Elianne from us, sharing her story and working towards a world where no family has to endure such heartbreak. He said, thank you for standing with us in love and solidarity. We ask for privacy as we grieve. The trial heard how Sentamu had a short fuse and had been moved from school to school after a history of violence and incidents with knives. On the day of the incident, the then 17-year-old had no lawful excuse for having a kitchen knife, having picked it up at home after an incident the day before where a group of girls, including the victim and ex, mocked him and threw water over him. Sentamu chillingly messaged a bro's friend saying, bro, I can't let this slide. He was already armed with a knife when he took the bus from his home to Whitgift Centre. Elianne, who was a pupil at a very prestigious school, was attacked by a bus stop on Wellesley Road as she made her way to school. The year 11 pupil who had dreamed of becoming a lawyer had a great future ahead of her died at the scene after being treated for nearly 4 hours. Sentamu was arrested just 90 minutes after the attack when a police officer stopped the number 64 bus near his home. When officers caught up with him, they found blood on his thumb. Detailing the meetup, which turned into a sickening tragedy, the prosecutor told jurors at an early hearing the purpose of the meeting was to exchange belongings. The girlfriend in particular was anxious to recover a teddy bear. He said Sentamu was angry after Elianne and her friends had assaulted him and thrown water at him at an encounter the day before the killing. Sentamu told the girl to shut the fuck up in a phone call, and her friends wanted him to apologize, but he would not. The trial heard how some girls called him cross-eyed and made fun of the special educational needs school he attended. Sentamu remained emotionless when they left. One of the girls joked that tomorrow he would kill them all. He later sent a text to a friend and asked if the girls had made him look like a fool, saying, "Bro, I can't let this slide." During the meeting in a car park at the Whitgift Shopping Centre, Sentamu's ex-girlfriend struck with her side of the bargain. She handed order of a plastic bag containing his belongings, but the defendant arrived empty-handed. He said Elianne was aggrieved on her friend's behalf, so around 8:30 in the morning, whilst Hassan was walking outside the Whitgift Centre, Elaine took the plastic bag back. It was a gesture of solidarity with her friend that cost Elianne a life. The defendant chased after her, cornered and used the kitchen knife to stab her repeatedly. He drove the knife into her neck, severing the artery, causing injuries that were unsurvivable. Despite the rapid arrival of emergency services and intensive efforts over the course of nearly an hour, Elianne died at the scene. Despite the rapid arrival of emergency services and intensive efforts, nothing could be done to save her. A driver of a passing bus saw her holding her neck with both hands and blood pouring out as if it were a fountain. A passenger on a passing bus said he pulled something out of his waist and then started pounding her. Then someone said, "Oh, he got a knife," and there was a spurt of blood. He said she stood back while police did chest compressions and saw Elaine's friends asking, "Where is she? Where is she?" Not the person having heard the evidence, you may feel the catalyst for this dreadful attack was rather more simple anger. Anger at having been disrespected in public by girls, both by Elianne on the day of the killing and previously. Last week, the trial heard that Sentamu had told a fellow inmate he would do it again. A month after the attack, Sentamu got into an argument in youth custody, and when he was accused of killing girls, he responded by saying, "I'll do it again, I'll do it to your mum." CCTV footage captured the horrific attack, Sentamu running from the scene and disposing of the knife. He only got as far as the bus stop near his home before being arrested less than 90 minutes later. It's believed that Sentamu had a short fuse, and on the day of the killing, he came to the end of it. The prosecutor said his calculated decision to bring a knife to the scene meant that the consequences of that outburst for Elianne and her family were utterly devastating. Earlier in the trial, Sentamu's ex-girlfriend described events leading up to the attack on her friend before school. In a video interview played in court, she told police she realised something was wrong when he turned up for a planned exchange of their belongings, wearing gloves and a mask. She said she knew Sentamu had anger issues and likened his demeanour to a character from the London-based crime drama TopBoy. She said, "I thought he was going to hit me. I thought that he had something on him because watching shows and stuff like TopBoy, whenever someone's about to get killed, they always have on specifically black gloves. I've never seen him wear black gloves. It's not cold outside." She said, "I was saying, 'Can I have my stuff back?' He looked at me and he rolled his eyes a bit and said, 'I don't want to hurt you,' not like in an emotional way, like he's warning me." She went on, "I was saying, 'Where's my teddy? Where's my teddy? Where's my teddy?' He was looking up at me, looking up and down and just saying, 'Look at you, look at you.' It was sort of like in a disgusted way." Asked how it made her feel, she replied, "Not too good." The girl went on to say Elianne ran behind him, grabbed the bag and started running and laughing as a joke. It was the type of thing Elianne would have done. At first I was laughing a bit because it was a joke, and then I got scared because then Hassan got mad. She told police he then lifted up his hoodie quick, pulled out something, and I saw a big knife. I turned around for 1 second and then I saw her on the floor, like trying to say stop, basically with her hand out. He was there, like over her, bending. I just saw Elianne on the floor, like backing up on the floor with her hand out and basically saying stop, stop, stop. I'm pretty sure I saw him bend like that and try to do something else, like stab her again and again. And when she turned around, Sentamu was gone, and she ran as passengers at nearby bus stop began shouting and screaming. So before arranging the meeting, the girl said Sentamu had got angry and sworn at her during an argument over the phone. She said, "I just told him never, ever speak to me like that again, because I said I've never been spoken to like that in my life. I said, no man should speak to a girl like that. And he said, oh, well, there's a first time for everything." And I said, "So that's how you want to be, like, portrayed as someone that wants to be talking to females like that, basically." So, guys, real sad story there coming out the streets of London. Sentencing is going to be happening in March once again. Rest in peace, the victim. My condolences. Go out to your family.